take it, yeah.
Okay, so hello everyone. My dumbass decided to format my card before I had pulled off the footage of me unboxing everything that I got in LA. So I figured that I would go ahead and show you guys anyway because I figured you guys would want to see what photo cards I got, and you guys just won't get the excitement of me trying to figure out which photo card I get and actually finding out which one I get. But yeah, like I said, I figured you guys would like to see, and plus this will just make the video short and sweet because I won't have to unbox everything. And I'll also show you guys what I got at the concert as well, but I'll start off with the albums first. So I've actually like already pulled out all of the photo cards and already put them in a binder, so I will just tell you guys what I got and show you guys the photo card, obviously. So I'm starting with Perfect Velvet, even though in my unboxing I saved this album for last because you guys know I'm Velvet era trash. Anybody who has watched any of my videos knows that. And so I was really hoping that I would get Joy in this just because it is my favorite era and she does have like my favorite cards of that set. But I actually ended up getting Yeti. And this photo card is really cute as well. I won't lie, I, after the concert, had like a totally new appreciation for Yeti. Like, I wouldn't say that I didn't really care for her initially, but like, she didn't really stand out to me as much as the other members. And after the concert, like, I absolutely adore her. So I'm super happy to have this card. So next is the Velvet. And this album, I've said this 1,000,001 times, but this album deserves justice. Like, it is so good. I know Red Velvet is really known for their red concepts, and like, this I think personally is their most underrated album. Like, Korea and just everyone worldwide let this album flop, and yeah, so if you ever have a chance, go listen to it because it's actually super good. Now, I don't think it's a good introduction into Red Velvet unless you're super into like the R&B slow ballad music type, but I think once you do get into Red Velvet, you really do start appreciating it. And so from this album, I got Solgi. I think her signature is so freaking cute. Oh my god. But yeah, I think I really would have loved Wendy from this era just because I loved her red hair, and I think that's kind of like the most exciting look she's had so far. Yeah, I got Solgi. And I'm not showing these albums in any particular order. So this is the red album, and I do think that I'm going to pick up another copy just because it has this little thing right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like ripped and it's pissing me off. So I think I might pick up another copy, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. But I pulled Solgi again. So I guess I pulled Solgi from Red Velvet, so she basically completes my, I guess you could say, Red Velvet set. This album has really good songs as well. I think my favorite song on it is Time Slip. It is so good. Initially, I was indifferent about it. Also, Huff and Puff. But I know those are I feel like the two most bizarre songs on this album, but I love them so much. Like, they're so good. Okay, next album is Summer Magic, and I guess I started with all the jewel cases because that's how I had it organized on my shelf or on my desk. But from this album, I pulled none other than My Baby Joy, and I was low-key hoping to get someone else's card because I already have all of these cards, or all of Joy's cards. But now I have 3 of these cards, but I actually ended up selling one because I don't need 3, so I only have 2 of them now, which is, I think is still excessive. I don't think I'm gonna trade anyone just because I don't want to go through that trouble, and I just would rather like keep my luck, I guess you could say. Like, I think it's fate that I got these cards, so yeah, that was cheesy and dumb, but yeah. Next up is the Red Summer, and from this album, I pulled Wendy, which I was so happy to pull Wendy because I think aside from Joy, like, she owned this era. And she looks so good. I think that Wendy just had like this really bubbly personality throughout the era, and she just radiated energy, like good energy, and I loved it so much. So I am happy to pull her card. And then, next album is Russian Roulette. I've actually been listening a lot to this album as well. If you can't tell, I've just been curing my PTSD. Whoa, not PTSD. I've been curing my post-concert depression by listening to their albums, and I really have gained a new appreciation for their B-sides. I would say Red Velvet doesn't usually have music that I would be into, but I don't know if I'm just super biased, but I love the song so much. And from this album, I really love Sunny Afternoon. I think it's a bop. And what else song is on here? I think Some Love or something. I really love that song as well. And from this album, I pulled Wendy. She looks so cute in this, and I love the color of these cards. Like, the backs were so pretty. I was low-key hoping that I would pull Solgi because I love the yellow back that she has, but Wendy will do. So I'm super excited to have this. And last but not least, I have the Ice Cream Cake automatic version, and I took the sticker off and just stuck it on the album. But when I went, none of these stores had the ice cream cake version, so I literally went to 3 different stores and none of them had it. Still need to pick that up off of eBay, but I think I'm gonna go on buying hiatus just because I really have been breaking my bank account, and you guys will find out what I've been breaking my bank account for. And also, I'm trying to go to Blackpink, but 3 weeks prior to that, because I'm gonna have to fly out back to LA, but 3 weeks prior to that, I'm trying to go on a trip to San Francisco with Karima and Kevin, so hopefully that will happen. But anyway, enough with the rambling. From this album, I got Irene. So this was the only Irene card that I got out of all these albums. So I pulled like, what, 2 Solgis and 2 Wendy's. But I had bought an RBB album and pulled Solgi, but I gave that to Kevin just because I was feeling generous. And so yeah, I have Irene's photo card. I think it's so cute. I don't think there's a particular member I would have preferred for this era. I know for the red era, I know that I didn't want any of the cards with them in like the red dresses just because I think those looks were hideous. They were so ugly. But yeah, I pulled this. But yeah, these were all my pulls from my albums. I don't know if it's too soon to call me getting either the Wendy or Solgi curse because I have the most of their cards, which recently Irene became my second bias, and hopefully I never get too attached to her because if you collect Red Velvet, you know that that bitch's cards can go for super expensive. Like, she is the most expensive member to collect, so hopefully I never even cross into that territory. Like, I don't even want to imagine what that would do to my wallet. But yeah, this was everything that I pulled, and I do just keep a separate binder for all of these. And I think the only album that I'm missing now is the ice cream cake version of Ice Cream Cake, obviously. Well, I guess the ice cream version. And then the Rookie album, because I literally went to 3 different stores and none of them had... Actually, I went to 4 stores and none of them had Joy's version. They had Irene, Solgi, and Yeti, so I didn't pick her up, and I will probably end up picking those up on eBay. But I think I might just want to pick up a used copy as well, so if any of you guys are selling one, do let me know. And I will show you guys like all the merch and goods and stuff that I got from the concert now. Okay, so everything was already open because I thought that I already had filmed the unboxing, so I opened everything after, but I will show everything again. First thing I got was merch from the concert, so I picked up this pin, and I wouldn't call myself a pin collector, but I do like to collect pins as souvenirs and memories of like events in my life. So like whenever I go to a concert, I try to pick up a pin, and I know they had 3 different types of pins, but I think they were sold out of the carousel, and so I just decided to pick up the card. There was that, and then next, when I was waiting in line for merch, I was super nervous because I didn't really want this, but I was looking forward to getting it. And when I was in line, they only had 2 members left, and I wasn't even at the front of the line yet. But they had Yeti and Joy, and luckily, when I got to the front of the line, they still had Joy's. So I picked it up. I think this is super ugly and I'm just gonna stick it on my keys. I feel like joy just like, it just looks like some cheesy inspirational thing like, oh, happiness or oh, joy. And I just picked this up because I'm joy trash and I needed like a lanyard for my keys anyway. So that's what I've been using it for. There's that. So I opened this as well, and I don't know how I'm gonna show this in the shop, but I picked up the t-shirt because this was something that I wanted to get when I went to the concert. Here is the Redmare logo. It's like on the left titty, and then the back just looks like this, and it just has all of the cities on the bottom. And when I was in line, they only had, well, they had both shirts, but because they had a white and a black one, but they only had size XL, which is perfect because that's what I wear. So I picked up the black one. I almost wish that I pick up the white one because that's what they were wearing during the encore, but I have it nonetheless. And last but not least, my most prized possession from this entire trip is this ball. And if you watch my Redmare in LA vlog, I like briefly talk about it, and I show a picture of how me and the 2 other friends I went with all got balls. But so what happened was they were throwing out signed balls during All Right, and Joy paid me dust, and she literally would look at me and then throw the ball to someone else. And I was just so heartbroken because Prima and Kevin had caught balls, and so they both got sulky balls. Okay, there's no way that I can say this without saying balls, so let's all grow up for a second. But they had caught sulky balls, which are, sulky is their bias, and I never even ended up catching one. I think Wendy threw me one, but I hit it with my light stick and it like bounced off. And then Irene threw a ball. I was sitting next to the aisle, and security sits in the middle of the aisle. Irene had thrown a ball and it landed on the floor right next to me, but some girl like attacked security and like tackled her for the ball, which is insane. Like, don't ever do that. Not for a freaking ball. Like, that is insane. Have more respect for people. Yeah, so long story short, I never ended up getting a ball, but Kevin had ended up catching 2, so he caught a Solgi and a Wendy ball, and he traded some guy after the concert because some guy came up to him and was like, oh, whose ball did you get? And he said Wendy, and the guy was like, oh, do you want to trade for a Joy ball? And I like literally looked at Kevin with the biggest pout on my face, and I was just like eyeing him like, okay, like, are you gonna give it to me or what? So I kind of like pressured him into giving it to me, but I asked him like, are you sure? And I kept making sure, so like I made sure it was completely fine with him that he gave me the ball, and he was like, yeah, like I would have felt bad if you didn't get a ball, blah blah blah, because he thought that I got a ball, so that's why he wasn't going to give it to me. But anyways, I just rambled for no absolute reason. If anyone knows how to preserve the Sharpie on this ball, do let me know. It has been fading since the concert, and occasionally I go back over it with Sharpie, but I did buy like a ball display case just to hopefully minimize the shelf wear on this, because I really don't want the signature to fade. And this ball is super expensive. I didn't realize that people sold these, and people sell them for like $150 to $200 a piece, and I was super tempted to just go and buy a ball on eBay, but I haven't seen one. I just kind of been looking to see if anyone's going to post one on eBay, and luckily no one has, and that just means that the balls are going to real fans, which is good. But I was on Taobao last night and I saw someone actually selling the Miami balls, so I guess if the ball is good into the hands of the wrong people, then it just kind of fucks everyone up. But yeah, I'm so excited to have this. I love this so much. I want to display this with all of my albums, but I am waiting for the display case to come in. So if any of you guys know how to preserve Sharpie on the ball, aside from like putting in a case, I'm so glad to have this. This is my biggest prized possession. Like, this is probably worth more than anything in my collection, just because it has sentimental value and just like value on top of that. But I think I'm going to end my video here. I would like mention me getting light stick and stuff, but you guys all saw that in my Redmare in LA vlog, which I mentioned that numerous times in here. But if you haven't seen it, go watch it, because I will put a card like right here or whatever. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the positive feedback on my vlog. I initially was like super, not hesitant to post it, but the vlog was really not what I envisioned it to be and not what I wanted it to be. So I was super bummed about it and I wasn't even going to end up posting it, but I figured that since I had footage and I hyped it up so much, like the least I could do was post it, and even if I do regret, I can always like take it down or whatever. But people have been super sweet in the comments. People have been like, oh, I'm so glad you had a good time, like you were so close, or like, I love your reactions. And oh my god, like, just thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for the warm reaction to my vlog. And yeah, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I will link that down below. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly don't deserve you guys. And goodbye. I don't know why I'm waving the ball.